Conservative media is better at engaging audiences than liberal media. Change my mind. Now I just need like a sign or whatever the heck he has. I'm just kidding, but I think there are things mainstream digital media can learn from conservative media outlets that they do really well that mainstream, quote unquote, we're going to use quote unquotes here a lot, mainstream media doesn't do very well. Mainstream digital media doesn't do very well. And that is one thing, talking heads, like this head right here. Popularized by Zay Frank and then the Vlog Brothers, the talking head is a staple of YouTube and cable news, but you don't see it very often in digital media. Like, Vice did pretty well when Shane Smith was bopping around North Korea. Talking head, you saw a person on camera. But think about where Vice is lately, or BuzzFeed News, or Now This, or ATTN, or Vox, or Bustle. You know, they all lack talking heads. TikTok from Bloomberg, their new thing. No talking heads. Conversely, what do we have with conservative media? We have the Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro show, talking head, Ben Shapiro all the time. We have Steven Crowder's show, talking head, of course, again. We have PragerU, talking heads, again. Rebel Media TV, Gavin McGinnis, talking head. There's something to the talking head. People respond to talking heads, and conservative media use a lot more talking heads on digital media platforms than quote-unquote mainstream media or liberal media uses. Now, you can argue Vox and BuzzFeed and Vice, these aren't liberal media, they're mainstream media, not liberal, that's the difference. I'm just going to focus on what is, I think, without argued, conservative media, which would be, the Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro show, Rebel Media TV, Gavin McGinnis show, Louder with Crowder, Steven Crowder show, those conservative websites and what they do and what just normal New York City media, digital media doesn't do, and that's talking head. I think what happened was the digital media arms of a lot of New York media city companies wanted to get away from the cable news angle. And to them, they thought, young people don't watch cable news. Why don't they watch cable news? Because there's a bunch of guys talking on camera, a bunch of guys and women talking on camera. Nobody likes that. Young millennials, Gen Z, Gen X, they don't like talking heads. They want, explainer videos or top-down videos or like text-on-screen videos. Or like documentary style where the subject, it's just talking straight to the camera, but you don't actually see the producer or the person behind the video. That's what they thought. Is this actually true? This was a hypothesis that a lot of heads of video, let's say, that digital media companies have and have had. But is the hypothesis borne out? No, not really. If you want to ignore conservative, media for a second, let's just look at big YouTube channels. Philip DeFranco, kind of the #1 news channel on YouTube. Talking head, super successful. So let's pick a liberal one. The Young Turks, talking heads, super successful. Even PewDiePie and his Pew News. It's just a talking head. It's super successful. Millennials, Gen Z, they don't mind talking heads. That's not the problem. The problem is finding the right talking head. And now that's a different question than no talking heads, finding the right talking head. And I agree. I think maybe millennials and Generation Z aren't watching cable news because they don't like the people as the talking heads, right? They may not like Rachel Maddow or Tucker Carlson or whoever that, name du jour is on the cable news, whether it's Megyn Kelly or whomever. It just doesn't interest them. Some old person doesn't appeal to them. Or they're not funny or they're not entertaining, whatever it may be. It's not that they don't like talking heads. They just don't happen to like the talking heads that mainstream media is putting up on the cable news side, and then digital mainstream media decided, they don't like talking heads at all, and so they got rid of them. This was a failure, and so far been a failure to readjust. So what's the one thing I think that digital media can learn from conservative outlets? Use talking heads. Audiences like talking heads. There's something to faces, connecting with personalities that go a long way in driving home digital content. Anyway, that's just a thought for today. I don't know, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you subscribe to this channel, let me know why you subscribe. New video every day. You can click here to subscribe. And suggest topics if you want. I'm down to talk about whatever you want if you have a good idea. Let me know. Have a good one, guys.